Hi, this is Mary again, and this is Dreamy Goat Design Studio. This video is another video on dyeing with ground madder root. But if you haven't seen the first two, that is dyeing with madder root day 1 and day 2, watch those first before you watch this one to make this one a little bit more sense. So let me tell you what I did with this particular video. I posted in our madder group 2 different sets of instructions on how to dye with the root. And I think I confused a few people, and I know I confused, excuse me, I know I confused myself. So this video is going back and regrouping. What I did was I dyed madder root using 3 different sets of instructions. The 2 that you got in the group, and a 3rd one to, of course, complicate matters. And why did I do this? Because I wanted to make sure just how they differed, how the instructions differ, and also how the results may have differed. So let me show you, it'll be kind of fun, let me show you the 3 results. But first, let me go over the commonalities in each of the 3 sets of instructions. And so here they are. This, of course, is the madder root, all right, the ground madder root. So the commonalities to all 3 sets of instructions, which you're going to see in just a minute, is that I used Rubia tinctoria throughout. I weighed everything out at 100% weight of goods. I soaked the roots overnight. I kept my temperatures for all 3 dye pots at 140 to 160 degrees. And I used 3% weight of goods calcium carbonate in all 3 sets of directions. Okay, so let's see what we have. What are the differences? Well, the differences are, to start, with Earth Hues, a very well-respected natural dye company. I soaked the roots overnight. I heated them for an hour and then I decanted. I repeated the decanting, okay? I set the roots aside. I added 3% weight of goods calcium carbonate to the dye bath, and remember the dye bath does not have the roots in it. I heated the fiber for 140 to 160 degrees overnight, and then cool overnight is what I'm trying to tell you. All right, so that's what I did with Earth Hues. And this is one set of the directions that you received in the group, so you don't have to memorize anything from this little recap right here. And what did it look like? Well, let's see. Here is Blueface Lister top. It is, it's not been washed. This has just been dyed recently, so this is still air curing. This is a nice orange. This is the the everywhere Blueface Lister yarn, the Clickitat. And this is wool flannel, unwashed, so it's still a little stiff, but aren't they beautiful oranges? Okay, this is what we got with one very well-respected company's standard dyeing instructions. And this is the set of instructions where you decant. This is the set that I have used for, probably close to 10, 15 years now, this particular set of directions. All right, so let's take a look at the second set of directions. So let me put these here. Now this is Botanical Colors, which was my second set of directions that I gave to the group. I soaked the roots overnight. What did I do? I added the fibers and then I added citric acid, okay? And I heated. I heated it for 45 minutes at 140 degrees to 160 degrees, along with the fiber. Remember, the roots are still there. I added calcium carbonate at 3% weight of goods after the 45 minutes. I cooked it for another 45 minutes and then I let it cool overnight. Again, this set of directions is in the group. And this is what I ended up with. What did I show you first? I showed you the top first. So let's take a look at it. It is mottled, but wow, I got more reds, did I not? And let's take a look at the yarn. The yarn is right here. And the wool flannel. Again, a reminder, none of this is washed. It's all still air curing. but you can see the differences. Pretty amazing. And then the third one, which you haven't seen, comes from this little booklet, and I'm sorry when I printed the booklet out, my color printer, my color cartridge is running low, so it's not beautiful. This I actually think, if it's full color, is actually a madder root. But Maiwa is a British Columbia, Vancouver, British Columbia dyeing company, also equally as well respected as Earth Hues and Botanical Colors. And you really do need to print it out if you haven't yet, okay? It's free. This is not doing anything questionable. They encourage you to print it out. I went to their madder root section where it says and let me read this. Let me read what I said. I said, for dark brick reds, use alum acetate instead of the normal Mordantin alum, which is potassium aluminum sulfate. Well, in retrospect, I looked at dark red, but I didn't look at dark brick red, so I ended up with the color I really wasn't aiming for. So, what did I do? Let's see, what did I do? I mordanted with aluminum acetate at 15% weight of goods. Now, these two over here were the potassium sulfate, potassium aluminum sulfate. I did soak the roots overnight. I kept the roots in the pot, and what did I do? I cooked for, what did I say? I cooked for an hour, and I didn't decant. I added my calcium carbonate, and then I added my fiber, and I did the usual cooking at the usual temperature and let it go overnight. And this is what I got, which is brick red, not red. So I got this, and I didn't have, excuse me, I just dropped it on the floor. I got this. I did not use any of the fabrics, so I can only show you these two samples. But look how different they are. I think they're rather cool. If you put these up side by side, perhaps you can really see how different they are. Now, when you do yours, they will be different again. That's because madder root is, like I said in the day 1, day 2 videos, it is such a complicated and complex dye source. And that means that you have dozens upon dozens of recipes out there to try. You might want to start, if you really want to experiment with orange, you might want to start with Heritage of Color by Jenny Dean. In fact, I'm embarrassed to say, my photo for my handbook, the cover of my handbook, looks surprisingly like this. I just realized where I got my idea. But if you go to Madder, in this wonderful book, I recommend it, there are pages on what you can do, and I'm not sure if you can get this without a glare, but these colors right here are what Jenny Dean has produced. There are 40 different colors from one dye pot. So there are years of exploration. Now, will I spend years of exploring madder root? No, and that's because I have an inventory now of so much orange. I think I'm going to step back for a little while, but I will come back to it, and I will continue to play with it, and I will also continue to look to get really beautiful turkey reds, something that this group I didn't address because I was addressing the reds by way of cochineal. But that's what I've got for madder root. And yeah, I think that's it. We're just about at the close of the red and orange group, the cochineal and madder group. And so the next group will be indigo, and I'm really looking forward to that, and I will see you very soon. Thank you.